We all go through something in our lives that changes us. This change could either be positive or negative. For me, my choice to go to Denver on a 10-day mission trip resulted in a positive change within myself. While I was in Denver, my confidence grew, I experienced life from a different perspective, and I grew in my faith. My confidence grew in Denver. Well, the first night before we left at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like 90 kids. The first night before we left, I was like not wanting to go. I wanted to back out. I was like crying hysterically. I have really bad anxiety, and I didn't really want to be away from my mom for 10 days. But something in my head was nagging at me to go. So I decided to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get on the bus, and go. The first challenge I had to overcome was being with 90 kids I really didn't know. None of my close friends were going, and I had been with these people before, but I didn't really know them personally, so it was kind of different being with them. And when we got to Denver, the first few days we stayed in a church. This church was only like 6-7 rooms big, so we all the girls, 45, 50 of us, had to stay in this one room together, so that was quite different. And the first worship night was one of the best nights of my life. I had never worshiped like that before, and afterwards we went to small groups, and all of us just opened up to each other, and suddenly there was this big bond between us, and we knew everyone's secrets, and it was just completely and totally amazing. Then I experienced life from a different view. Every day we did something in the community that helped. Like one day I worked in a vegetable garden that provided for the church around us. So that was pretty interesting. And then another day we went to a family camp, and we cleaned up around there, and we talked to families, and we heard their stories. And during this time the Colorado fires were going on, so we were hearing stories of evacuations and how people had lost everything, and it was just really tragic to hear about, and it made me appreciate the things that I had at home. And then another day we went to this kids camp called ZoCal. Now these kids at ZoCal, they have a very rough life. Some of them didn't know their fathers, they live below the poverty line, they don't know when their next meal is going to come from, and they go to ZoCal so they can learn about Jesus, and they get a free meal throughout the day. Now, hearing these kids' stories really changed my life because I was more appreciative of the things that I had. And then another thing that really changed my life was the 5-minute showers that we got. The church that we stayed at didn't have showers, so we had to go to this little YMCA down the street, all 90 of us, and we got 5-minute showers, and that was just crazy. And then I grew in my faith. The last 3 days, we finally got out of that church. I got off my air mattress, and we stayed in a hotel. Let me tell you, after 7 days on an air mattress, that was amazing. And then we went to this thing called IYC, the International Youth Convention. There we had little groups that we went to every night. We went to worship every night, and we heard a different message. And one day we had workshops where we went to little classes throughout the day, and we learned about different ways we could praise God, how we could grow in our faith, and that was truly amazing to me. And then the last thing that we did that really changed my life was seeing Francis Chan. If you guys don't know who Francis Chan is, he's a famous preacher who goes all around the world and preaches. He's written books like Crazy Love and stuff like that, and I've always wanted to see him preach in person. So I finally got to see that, and that was amazing. And hearing his message, that caused a change in me that, I don't know, I wanted to go out and do something. I wanted to go out and do what God had called me to do. So as soon as I got back to Oklahoma, I joined a worship group, and I'm now currently singing at Life Church OKC. My mission trip to Denver changed my life for the better. Without that trip, I truly believe I wouldn't be who I am today. If you ever get the chance to step out of your comfort zone and go on a 10-day mission trip, I encourage you to do it. You never know what's going to happen afterwards.